Alright. Hello everyone, my name is Andreas Diaz. Me and Will are back again for another spectacular Marvel Plus talk. Sorry about the 2 weeks, but our courageous co-host Will was affected by a radioactive spire, but that's fine. He's now Spider-Man, officially, right?
Sure, yeah. It's the spider didn't really give me superpowers so much as a giant infection, but
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, you're lucky. You're lucky it wasn't a brown recluse.
I'm lucky it was just a normal spider
Normal.
and not like a super venomous one. But
Ugh. Thank goodness. I saw a spider today in the basement. I was like, oh, oh dear. Anyway, so so he had to take some medication, had to take a week off to get better, and so we're back here and we're gonna discuss episode 2 and 3 of Ms.Marvel, and just kind of go right to Will. So far, what's your feelings about the show with the 2 episodes we have now? Do you like it, or you're somewhat mixed? Where you at right now?
I'm somewhat mixed, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I loved the first episode.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like in episodes 2 and 3, they really toned down those fun directorial flares that they were using.
Okay.
Just yeah. And then the girl that's playing Kamala is still really good.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Some of the other performances aren't really doing it for me. They're taking me out of it. And then I don't know. I'm not sold on the story yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think so far I've been enjoying it a bit more.
Mm-hmm.
I really like they're still doing the very aesthetic flair they did doing in the first episode, but it's just a little more spread out and they're just slowing down.
Yeah,
I know.
I wanted it to keep that up the whole time because I thought that was it gave the whole thing a very youthful energy that felt unique to this specific show, and then I don't know, the last 2 episodes felt more generic Marvel stuff.
Yeah, well, when we get into I guess the big I say villain development, if you call so, it's I'm very intrigued where they're gonna go because I guess I'm excited because it's setting up possibly the Marvels and where is all this gonna be connected, all that.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think I guess you say so 2 weeks, yeah, I don't know when San Diego Comic-Con is gonna happen this month or next month, I mean, where Kevin Feige will kind of explain more what's going on and what's Phase 5. So I'm happy about that because as of late, I think a lot of people have been kind of very mixed on Phase 4 of MCU stuff.
Yeah, it feels very directionless. They're putting a lot of balls in the air, but they aren't all pointed toward the same goal, to mix metaphors.
That was funny. I see what you're saying. I don't know if they're direct on this. I think they're being very ambitious with so many things at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay, I get you want to do Thunderbolts, the New Avengers, Kane, maybe
Young Avengers.
Yeah, well, that's what I say. Young Avengers, right?
I thought you said New Avengers.
Oh,
which should be
sorry. Oh my god,
a separate additional team.
Yeah,
but
yeah. I mean, Young Avengers. If I mistakenly called that. I mean, there's you see already. I've been throwing out away so many things. Okay, I mentioned Kane, the
Mhm.
multiverse thing, and I was checking something else. What I got his name? What was it? Um, yeah, something else. But yeah, that's like the top things that's going on in Phase Four.
And
Then,
like the cosmic stuff, like the
hmm
Eternals.
hmm
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. But I think I got one thing that's connecting everything, and I'm
Okay.
excited to talk about that
Okay.
because it connects to what we saw in Shang-Chi and the Legends of the Ten Rings,
Okay.
and it totally confirms that in Episode 3 when we saw the flashback of 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 I think you mute.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay,
I was taking a sip of my drink,
okay,
but the
yeah,
flashback
yeah, the
of
flashback of the Ten Rings, and, where
mhm.
we see Kamala's, I think, grandma, or like her great grandma or something like that, uh getting the the bracelet that gives her the cosmic powers
Right.
from probably the Kree, right? Like, it's a Kree, right?
Oh, I
Like,
didn't see a Cree. I could have missed it.
okay,
Um,
because I mean it's blue. I, I
could
so see.
be.
Yeah,
Yeah, it could be the Cree. Although I guess maybe since I just assume that Jin are gonna have like inhuman skin colors,
oh,
like blue or like green or something. I was just kind of rolling with the Jin thing, but it could have been a Kree. That like there's going to be some kind of connection to Captain Marvel, so that would make
yeah,
sense.
yeah. I wasn't thinking about their race. But that's very true. I think
Well,
one of
just I think of a Jin, I think of like the genie from Aladdin. You know.
well, yes, that's true. It was funny. Like, I thought they were going to reveal something much bigger with them, and
Hmm.
they really pick like a obscure thing. Like,
Yeah,
this is
that's yeah,
like
it's incredibly obscure.
I thought they were going to say Inhuman,
I
or
wish.
yeah, or Star Jammers or something like that. Like, I don't know, but like I was like, when they say the Jins, I was like, oh, okay. And it's like, it's funny how they're like mixing this into their culture. Like, I
Yeah,
it,
it's interesting.
yeah,
Um,
I
I'm excited for the next episode where they go to Karachi, but
yes,
um,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I'm very curious about that. I guess let's get into like, I guess the big thing is like Kamala's discovery of her powers. Like, I really I really like how, I like how they're handling the twists and turns of this show. Like, of course, I guess right away, did you know some of the characters that were coming into the show? Like the guy, who is it, Carmen? Um, uh,
Oh,
the other
Kamran.
Carmen, yes. So that character is, of course, from the Ms.Marvel comics, and
Okay.
he was also in a Inhuman. He had like a water, like a hydro level of powers,
Huh.
and
Okay.
yeah, and so he's taking over this new role of the Red Dagger, another obscure character that
Mm,
he's gonna take for the
okay.
show.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the big thing about that. And then one thing I did appreciate about continuing on from the first episode was the titles of the episodes are still taking the titles from the comics. So second one was Crush, which that was Volume 3, and then this one, the third one, Destiny, is from Volume 4 of Miss
Mm,
Marvel. So we're taking a lot from issues, I mean, we're taking a lot from the other issues like 13 and 14, which is good. So
yeah.
yeah, they did the vodka thing from the first volume, which I was surprised they did that in Episode 2.
At the house party.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, and I was like, oh my god, they did it. That was always a funny scene there. So it was really great. I guess what I want to get into was I guess the bracelet. I
Hmm.
I have a theory, and I saw this in Instagram that someone brought up that so far the Marvel Studios have been obsessed of having like bracelets focus things in these movies recently. Like
Hmm.
you got Shang-Chi, you got this I forgot what other show or movie that did the bracelet thing, but maybe
Um,
I think I'm blinking on that a little bit. Um it was some other character or something like that. Um yeah I'm trying to figure out um what was it, Doctor Strange, I guess? Where we had the like things that took over our scroll evasion. We also had scroll evasion that's up. There's another thing they're setting up from since Captain Marvel. That was another event I was saying. And Midnight Suns.
yeah,
Uh,
it's
yeah.
so many
So
things. Yeah.
yeah. So many things. I was just looking at my notes. I was like, what was the other things? So uh, but yeah, I'm. Let me try to look for that other article, but it's very funny. But yeah, so like some of the like I think the main thing that we're probably gonna see the connection from the post credit scene from Shang-Chi when
Hmm.
Juan what you know uh gather Shan and Kate from that bar, and then the course Banner and Captain Marvel Carol were examining it, and of course uh they kind of say that it was like an unknown entity, and so I kind of wonder if this show is building onto that because it's no convenient that we have a character that has a yet another power source from the abrasive, but it's not like 10 things on her hands. It's just one thing uh she's wearing. And so I
Mm.
kind of curious if we're building onto that, and like we're gonna show who's the creator of these things. So I'm kind of curious if we're gonna build to that.
Yeah.
Uh, but I mean, I mean, is the gens are gonna be the main villains for the Marvels, or like I like that? That's the part I'm like, okay, who's the main antagonist for that?
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't like seen anything about those cast members being in Captain Marvel, but
No, um,
I guess we don't really know that much about the cast at all. So.
no, like what was it like? We know there's a villain that's gonna play by Tom Hiddleston's fiance that he got married this year, and we haven't got confirmation who she is, and so everything's been hush hush about that. So
Mm.
so a lot of things um up in the air with that. But at least I'm kind of intrigued, and I mean the villains got captured by Damage Patrol, so I'm kind of curious where we're going with that in episode 4. So I think
Hmm.
that's interesting. But let's get into one thing I appreciate about episode 3 and 2 was developing more on Kamala's friend.
Hmm.
Who is it? So that's his name. Her name.
Oh, Nakia.
Nakia. Yes. I really appreciate we working more towards her as a character. I
Hmm.
was very happy that she got to know that she has superpowers finally. So which is good. And yeah, everything about her running, become like a what is it, like a ambassador for the community was like I think it's a good plot through. I was very happy that she got it,
Hmm.
and I'm very curious where we're gonna take her now. She knows about the secret of Kamala and the whole thing that happened in episode 3. So
Yeah.
I'm very happy about that part about that development.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see.
Yeah,
like what she does with that information.
yeah. Which she's not gonna reveal it, but I think she's gonna have a tough time keeping a secret. I would say. And I really like Bruno's development so far in this
Mm-hmm.
episodes.
Yeah.
I kind of feel for him. I mean, like I will say it is kind of rude that this guy is like misspelling or like he's saying his name wrong. Like
Mm-hmm.
what is it, Brian? It's
Brian. Yeah.
like I do agree with Bruno from last episode. It's like he's doing that intentionally. I think
Yeah. Yeah.
you know.
Definitely.
So I feel like it's a pretty rude thing. But yeah, and I think I like how he told Kamala about the college thing that he's going, and he's just waiting on he's waiting on Kamala to choose if she wants to help people, and so I really appreciate that, and we don't drag it along, so
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. And then I appreciate more of the culture being more developed. The Pakistan culture, if I'm saying that right, Will. I mean,
Pakistani. Yeah.
yeah, Pakistani culture. Especially episode 3. Like, I really love the
Mm-hmm.
wedding. Like,
Yeah. Oh, that was a good scene.
yeah, yeah. Like, I was so happy. It has one of my favorite jokes when the brother Bruno, um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Bruno, yeah, Bruno. When everyone heard the fire, hydrant, he goes back and takes the money with him
Mm-hmm.
that he got from the guest and the family. It's oh
Yeah.
my god, it was so funny. And then of course the fiance that he got or got married now, the wife
Mm-hmm.
sees this Korean wedding people outside, and then I like how it's like, oh, nice dress, and she will play back you too.
Mm-hmm.
That was another funny one. Um, yeah, all that is really wonderful. Like I think I enjoy episode 3 more than episode 2.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's just a much more fun episode in episode 3. So and we got the mask in episode 3. That was another thing I was very happy.
Mm-hmm.
It looked cool, and I really like the was it the ambassador, like the father, like that does the like service or something
Oh,
like
the imam, I think. I'm not
yeah.
sure. I know how to spell it, but
Yeah, like you know what I'm talking about. Like I
yep.
like how he talked to Kamala about like is she doing good, and I like how he say that everyone like you had to try to be good, like that
Yeah.
speech I really like so much. So
Yeah.
I just really because one thing I really appreciate is that we're getting very personal stakes for Kamala. Like she's struggling
Mm-hmm.
to either do this hero thing or not, or really help the Jinns to transport into their dimensions. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of curious. Like, I mean, first off, they didn't wait that long to wait for Kamala to decide. Like, they just like rush in, like rush in to just force her to transport them back to their world. And I was like, can you wait? But I mean, I don't know. But I guess they're villains, and that's it.
Yeah.
So but yeah. Anything you want to say about episode 2 and 3?
I don't know. I like. I think they've been doing like the tension between Kamala and Bruno pretty well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like the strain on their relationship.
Yeah. I like they're not going the CW way. Like especially despite the main guy that we have introduced, that's the Red Dagger. I'm happy with
Mm-hmm.
that, making that like a very soap opera teen level way. Um, yeah. So then we can kind of get into like nitpicks or like negatives. So far, what's not gelling for you for the series? Well, because I'm kind of curious. What's not working?
I think it's not necessarily that it's not working. It's just that it's like feeling very similar to other things that we've seen before.
Yeah.
Like, I really like the show when it's like having a little more like creative freedom with like the directing choices. I like when they like explore the Pakistani culture because I think that's like interesting to see on screen, and like makes it stand out from other Marvel projects. But everything else still feels kind of like it's in the Marvel formula, and like I don't know, we've been seeing that for
Yeah.
14
Um.
years now. So
Yeah. 14 years. Dear Lord. Um. Yeah. I can say so. I. I. I I think right now, from my biggest negative is the villains.
yeah,
Like.
yeah. I mean that's I think that's part of like the Marvel formula problem. Is the villains are always
Yeah.
completely underdeveloped. Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
I. I guess the change for Inhumans to this, I'm like kind of curious where we're going with the cosmic thing. Like, cause right
mm-hmm.
now I'm just not very into it, and the I kind of wish we used the great grandma as the villain. I just feel like because it just feels more personal villain to have than this other one that knows the grandmother, and it's like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
you know what I mean? Because like we just got introduced to her in episode
Mm-hmm.
2, and then like first off, like they rush into the villain plot like right away in episode 3. Like it's like we got this one scene of them, having this joyful like family kind of like Eternals kind of way,
Mm-hmm.
like dysfunctional. And then all of a sudden, like 180 degrees, is like, no, we want her to open our portal to take us back to this dimension of whatever they are from. And
Yeah,
it's like, oh, okay. And then they get captured by episode 3. It's like towards the end of it, it's like, oh,
yeah.
okay.
Oh man, so much of episode 2 felt like filler, and then
Yeah,
episode 3 felt like it should have been 2 episodes. Like,
yeah. Well, like, I, why is I was talking to my friends today about the Disney Plus shows, and it's like, she's not excited for She-Hulk because, well, wait, the CGI is horrible at the trailer we saw. Why is getting 9 episodes? Like, I don't get that. I,
yeah,
I,
I don't know.
I, I
It won't
just.
need it. It's like I think the episodes are going to be shorter, but
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's definitely going to be filler in there that like
Yeah. Um. Yeah. I. Yeah. I just. I don't know. Like. I. I just. Well, I kind of wish we just had some recurring villain that we know of. I. I just feel like this just didn't work at all. Okay. Let me see if I find the. Okay. No. So I guess I don't have it. All right. Okay. Um. What are the things that just didn't? Well, actually, what's going on with the damage control thing? Like, I need to know more about that part
I want
because
to know why they turned into like a military thing.
yeah,
Why do they
like
have guns
yeah, and
and
like
drones?
well, yeah, using the drones from far from home. Well, like, I'm is the Sokovia Accord still active?
Uh, that's a
Because
good question. I don't think they've ever addressed that. Like it seems like they've kind of forgiven everyone that broke them post
yeah,
Infinity War, but I don't
but
know.
like I don't know because like in one division, I knew something was really off. Like in one division, like what was it Hayward or whoever the main human
Mm-hmm.
villain? He
Mm-hmm.
he brought up how in the Sokovia Accords, like handbook, like something like that. I was like, what is going on here? Like, it's very long for me to rewatch WandaVision, but like he brought up the Sokovias again, and
Mm-hmm.
then I mean everyone got pardoned after the blip, and I don't know, like I'm fuzzy what has been kind of swept up after the 5 year blip. Like after the blip, it's like the discovery, of course, doesn't make sense afterwards. Like I don't know, like because like every time you see them, it's like they think Kamala is the dangers enhanced. Now, I think if they're maybe gonna show that the damage control have a case on the Jins, like because in No Way Home they knew about Nick Fury's been off the planet, and
Mm-hmm.
so like is damage control is aware of these other superhero enhanced activities that we're not seeing. Of course, they're behind closed doors. It's like, are they helping Nick Fury? What's going on with the Skull evasion, and then like helping out Captain Marvel? W- like is this like a long running case that's connecting to the Captain Marvel for the sequel for the Marvels? Like I I don't know, because right now the damage controls just feels like another, like it's kind of like what the the human sword was for One Division. It's like you have
Right.
this one filler antagonist, then where the main one was a Harkness.
Mm-hmm.
So I I just kind of wish we you know be very clear on what's going on.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just um uh, totally just like right now I'm very unsure what's going on with the plot of the things here, just for this show. One thing I still appreciate is the humor. I mean, the humor is still pretty good, and so I think that's one of the great things about the shows. It's very fluff, so
Mm-hmm.
that's good. Um, okay. I'm trying. See. Oh, yeah, because a lot of people thinking with the drones is like a good way to introduce Sentinels. Like I don't know if you had that. Like these drones seem like way to introduce Sentinels into this universe for Earth 616.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that I was kind of interested to hear from people in the web and stuff like that. So yeah. So anyway, okay. So what else that I we do have to bring up? I guess like they're using like one thing it does remind me of the Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings for episode 3 was the weapons they use. Like it's very much like how the Kree used their weapons.
Mm-hmm.
So and then also like I mean, first off, the flashback was very cool. Like we saw the Ten Ring symbol in the floor before like everything got crushed down.
Mm-hmm.
So so I'm very curious if they were like if something with the Ten Rings they did a long time before. Uh, maybe Wenwu did something to maybe open a portal where the jinns came in or something like that. Like because like the Mandarin Ten Rings are made by this other alien race. So I
Right.
wonder if we're given this Jin, like we're mixing up the Fin Fan Fu creature into this new villain, like kind of like the Dweller Darkness thing in that
Mm-hmm.
Ten Rings movie. But like I'm kind of curious if we're heading towards that with the Marvels.
Yeah. It seems like they are.
Okay.
Because I know like the post credit scene for Shang Chi had they were like looking at the rings and whatever pattern was there was similar to like the stuff that was all over the Eternals movie,
Mm-hmm.
like all the
Yes.
writing and stuff. So it does feel like all of that cosmic stuff is connected to the Ten Rings and possibly the Bangles from this show.
Yeah, and is it here we go. So yeah, like the bangle, like they thinking that okay, search. So yeah, because like I think it's heading towards that because it connects to like whoever created the bangle. Like,
Mm-hmm.
are we gonna explore that more in the Marvels and like is the Kree Empire the thing that created these rings that like I say activate like like these potential humans that have like some of like the Kree DNA, kind of like how the humans are, you know? Like
Yeah,
if
maybe.
like flipping it over is like
Mm-hmm.
okay, like that's how Wenwu kind of had the powers of the Ten Rings, you know? Like if they're doing that, then it's actually kind of cool they're doing that, but
Mm-hmm.
like because because like no one like besides the mom, like Sean is the only one that had like used it properly, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So um, and then with the bangle for Kamala, like it activates with her, and like she transfer into another dimension. Like we saw like a brief in the first episode when she put it on, it was like we saw like a dimension. So I'm kind of curious if we're gonna see like this world where like this is where these artifacts are from. That has immense powers.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, yeah, but I mean, yeah, um, it, it I guess one thing I just wish we have an answer like like throughout this podcast, like for me, like I like they're connecting it, but like I just want to know, like, are they building to this big reveal that someone that we know of created these like artifacts? Like, do you think we're heading towards that with the Marvels?
It
Like,
could be. I don't know. I hope to start tying these threads together and building towards something. Because like I don't know, we
yeah,
need something to like move toward.
yeah, or I was looking and I was like trying to get Hela or one of the Kree worlds into this world, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, is it like a grander scheme of the Kree Empire tried to go and attack the Earth?
Mm-hmm.
Because we're getting Secret Invasion whenever that's going to be released. Like because we don't know if that's going to release before or after the Marvel's going to be released next year. But if it does, then it helps me to see that okay, like because Samuel L. Jackson is coming back for that film as well, and so if he's there, that means that the Kree will be yet another villain for the Marvels to like these three female Captain Marvels, that is have these Kree related powers. Then that makes sense. So
Yeah.
yeah, I just wish we have a clear villain because I don't like this mystery because when you have something like a mystery villain or something like that, it's not gonna be satisfying, and I just know we're gonna hit to disappointment very soon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um, yeah. But I guess then I guess the other thing is I'm kind of curious to like to wrap things up with episode 3. I agreed. Episode 2 felt filler. It was just
Mm-hmm.
like a typical like Kamala getting into the superhero groove, and then towards the end we got this reveal that the villain is alive and such,
Mm-hmm.
and and then this one it sets up major themes about the next few episodes maybe, and I'm very curious if because what who like who was her family member that called her towards the end of the episode?
So
um
her grandmother, right?
yeah, her grandmother. So like, she sent the message to her when she and that her great grandmother's friend touched the bracelet and they saw the train coming at them.
Right.
Like, I'm very curious. Like, who is she? And like, I, I that was like very interesting that she actually sent that to her and said you have to come.
Yeah.
Um, so I hope we do something with that because
Yeah.
I really want these plot threads to be satisfying
Yeah. I
for
think
that
we'll
one.
get answers to that on Wednesday. Um,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I'm a little worried that we're moving toward yet another Marvel thing where the villain has the exact same powers as
Mm.
the hero, because they're going over to Pakistan like to get the second bangle.
Oh
Uh,
yes, I totally forgot that they mentioned the second mangle.
yeah, so I feel like someone else is gonna take the other one, and then there's gonna be two people with the exact same powers fighting again.
Yeah, and then it will confirm that it's Kree too. Like this is like a Kree bangle thing from the Kree Empire.
Yeah.
Like they could easily reveal this is like Marvel's bracelet, and like she lost it during the time when she was in Earth. You know,
Hmm.
because I don't think I don't know how long the Marvel from what we saw in Captain Marvel. Like we don't know how long she was been there. Like in Earth besides the 90s. You know.
Right.
Yeah. So but yeah, I think so. Very interesting thing to talk about. Um, but I guess one thing that I've been really enjoying is I really enjoyed that the cosmic scale of things has been very grounded, which is good. You know.
Hmm.
So and I guess I appreciate the characters having more time to develop them as people. You know,
Hmm.
like I appreciate we getting to know them as personal people around Kamala's circle. So that's really good. So okay, what else we had to mention about the other two episodes that was kind of important to bring up? Um, is that's all? I guess. Do you have anything to say? Well, besides those.
I don't know. I think I've said all the like major things that I was thinking about. I don't know if there
Okay.
was anything else you wanted to talk about.
No, I think that's really all we have. I think because I mean it's just it's been a while for me to rewatch these two episodes, and I said before I think episode 3 was good, and then episode 2 was enjoyable, but it was filler, as you say.
Hmm.
So but yeah, so I'm very excited to talk about episode 4 next week. Um, I'm still enjoying the show. I just hope they don't like fall into the you were saying before the pitfalls of the MCU TV stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, so very curious about that. But yeah, but I think that's really all to say. Do you have anything else to say? Well, I think we're good to go.
Yeah. I think that's it for me. So
Yeah. Well, I'm happy you got better. So
thank you. Yeah. Me
yeah,
too.
I was like very scared when I heard you got bitten by a spider. I was like, what you were doing?
Yeah.
And yeah, but we're in summer. Unfortunately, bugs are out there now. Ugh,
Hmm.
fortunately, but yeah, yeah, yeah. I have like an ant problem in my house, so
Yeah. Oh, that's always rough.
yeah. But at least they're friendly. I mean,
Yeah. They
I'll take I'll
ants
take
aren't
the
gonna hospitalize you. Yeah.
exactly. So I'll take the ants over arachnophobia
Hmm.
completely. So, but yeah. So thank you, Will, for coming. I was very happy to talk to you again after 2 weeks. Oh, two
Yeah.
weeks.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
Yep, yeah. And so, thank you everyone for listening to this podcast. I mean, of course, we'll be back for episode 4, and then of course you're gonna head to vacation, right?
Hmm.
So we'll probably have another like 2 episode discussion for 5 and 6, which is crazy.
Well, yeah, for 4 and 5 because I'm gonna be gone starting.
Next week.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. So, oh wow, that's cool. All right. So, hopefully those episodes are good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, that makes sense. Okay. But anything else? That's it. And that means we are. Well, we'll discuss that later. Anyway, have a good weekend, everyone, and we'll see you guys very soon.